She almost gave up, the night everything finally made sense. Not because she failed once, but because she kept getting so close, and losing everything at the last moment. If you have ever felt like life keeps pulling the ground out from under you, this story is for you. Her name was Elena. She lived in a small coastal town where the wind never really stopped. And neither did her dreams. Elena did not want much. Not fame, not luxury. Just a small art studio by the ocean. A place where she could paint, and maybe feel like her life meant something. Every morning before sunrise, she would walk along the shore, sketchbook in hand, watching the waves roll in and out. "That is it," she would whisper. "That is the life I want. Simple, quiet, free." For 3 years, she worked 2 jobs. Waitressing during the day, cleaning offices at night. Her hands were always tired. Her back always sore. But her eyes, still full of hope. Finally, she saved enough. Not everything, but enough to start. She found a tiny space near the beach. Old walls, faded paint. But to her, it was perfect. She stood inside it one afternoon, sunlight pouring through the window. And for a moment, she could already see it. Paintings on the walls, soft music, her life, finally beginning. Then the call came. The landlord had changed his mind. Someone else had offered more. Just like that, it was gone. Elena did not cry right away. She just stood there, holding her keys. That no longer meant anything. A week later, another chance appeared. A local cafe owner wanted to display her paintings. "People will see your work," he said. This could open doors. Elena stayed up all night preparing, choosing her best pieces, framing them carefully. For the first time in months, she felt that spark again. The next morning, a storm hit the coast. Violent winds, heavy rain. The cafe flooded. Paintings ruined. Walls soaked. Everything destroyed. This time, she did cry. Sitting alone in her small apartment, watching rain slide down the window, Elena whispered, "Why does it always happen like this? I am not asking for everything. Just one chance." Days passed. Then weeks. Something inside her went quiet. Not broken. Just tired. One evening, unable to stay inside any longer, Elena walked back to the beach. The storm had passed. The sky was soft. The ocean, strangely calm. That is when she saw her. An older woman, sitting on a rock, painting the horizon. Slow strokes. No rush. No worry. Elena stood there for a moment, then walked closer. "You paint?" the woman asked gently. Elena nodded. "I used to." The woman smiled. "Used to?" Elena hesitated, then sat beside her. And like a wave finally breaking, everything came out. The studio, the cafe, the storm. All of it, she said quietly, just keeps falling apart. The woman listened. No interruption. No judgment. Then she dipped her brush into paint and pointed toward the sand. "Do you see those footprints?" Elena looked. Some were clear and deep. Others, already fading. "The ones near the water," the woman said softly. "They never last. No matter how carefully you walk." Elena frowned. "So what should I do? Stop walking?" The woman smiled. "No. Walk where the ground can hold you." Silence. Just the sound of waves. For the first time, Elena did not feel angry. She felt still. The next day, she did not search for another studio. She did not chase another opportunity. Instead, she brought her paints right back to the beach. At first, it felt strange. No walls, no plan. Just wind and open space. But then something happened. People stopped. Just for a moment. Then longer. A child asked for a drawing. A couple bought a small painting. A stranger said, "This feels real." Day by day, Elena returned. Same spot. Same ocean. Her art changed. Softer. Deeper. More honest. Weeks turned into months. And slowly, the beach became known for something unexpected. Not the waves. Not the view. But the artist who painted there every morning. One afternoon, a gallery owner visiting the town stopped by. He watched her work in silence. Then said, "I have been looking for something like this for years." Elena did not answer right away. She just looked at the ocean. Then back at him. And smiled. Years later, she did have her studio. But not the one she had imagined. It stood right by the shore. Open. Filled with light. And filled with people. Sometimes, late in the evening, when the beach was quiet again, Elena would sit alone and watch the waves. And she would remember. The lost studio. The ruined paintings. The storm. She no longer saw them as failures. She saw them as the reason she ended up exactly where she belonged. Maybe, not everything that falls apart is meant to be lost. Maybe, some things fall apart so your life can finally come together.